Hello. Hello. I think I'm all right. I think it's just dust. Let's just... I am really tired, but it's been such a crazy week, hasn't it? I mean, I don't even know, it feels like a lifetime ago that we thought there were going to be A-levels and that life was normal. I think it's been 10 days. So information for you guys. Number one is that you are amazing. The fact that you're doing this, the fact that you're taking the time each day to do a bit of study is really amazing, and you should be really proud of yourselves. What's the other piece of information? The other piece of information is that rumours on the A-level teacher DFE government circuits of secretness is that there's been a decision about how your grades are going to be calculated. And yes, Ruhab is completely right. Don't say the C word in the chat. The thing that's making people ill, because literally the stream just goes as soon as somebody says it. So yeah, so as soon as we are allowed to talk about that, we will. But I would say my message to you would be that I think it's a very fair system. I think it's more fair than anything that I thought of before I found out about this particular idea. And I think that everything that you guys are doing at the moment is still highly relevant. Like first years, everything is obviously still the case for first years, that your exams are going to be in a weekend. What is it? A week and 6 weeks? A week and I'm tired. A year and 6 weeks. First years, your exams are in a year and 6 weeks, something like that. And the best thing we can do for sure is to just start working through the rest of the AS, consolidating it, trying out doing test papers and stuff like that, and then starting the A-level and pushing on with the A-level. My mic is not working. I think it is, yeah. I was going to say its little light is on. Here he is. His little light is on. He's all right. Yeah, so we will let you know as soon as we've got any news on that. But second years, just try to relax a little bit about it. I think that the idea that's coming out at the moment, that's probably going to be announced next Friday. We thought it was going to be today, but it looks now like it's going to be next Friday. Looks to me like it's really good. Madiha, really, really good point. Absolutely no information on private candidates at all, I'm afraid. I no information, literally nothing, can't even speculate. The calculated grade information that I have is about what teachers might be going to be doing. So therefore private candidates, no, it doesn't apply, and I don't know. I know that unis at the moment are not permitted, as of I think 2 days ago, they are not permitted to convert any conditional offers to non-conditional offers. And the government were really, really clear on this. They said any universities that, from that point of saying it, which I think was Wednesday, from that point, any universities that over the next 2 weeks period from that announcement that tried to start offering places to students, that the government would do everything in its power, I think was the way it was phrased, to not let that go ahead, to not let that contract stand. Now, I'm assuming that that means that all of the offers that were made before Wednesday, that were accepted before Wednesday, they are all untouchable, is my assumption. But certainly the government saw what the universities were doing and went, no, not okay. So our plans are the same. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Private candidates, like, no, I don't mean this against candidates that have been at college, but private candidates have paid money to sit those exams, which I'm sure they'll be able to sit in September, but working independently, like I studied independently for my A-levels and my degree because I had little tiny babies at the time of my A-levels, which is not ideal, but it turned out good in the end. And so I was learning from home with a little baby and not much sleep. And it's hard. It's really hard to motivate yourself, as a lot of people are finding out now, working from home, studying from home. It is so much easier being kind of controlled by a timetable and a system and teachers and routine. It's really hard. And that's what I said at the beginning of this. All of you that are doing this, that are actually, instead of being on YouTube just watching stuff, stuff or being on Netflix, like consuming entire series. You're actually taking the time to study, and that is such a good sign for your whole future, because it means that you have those independent study skills. You have that desire to take control of your own life and the direction of your life, regardless of what chaos is going on around you that you can't control. You're taking control of what you can do, which is your learning and your development, and you're pushing on with that regardless. And I think you should be really, really proud of yourselves. Okay, I am tired, but I feel good that you're all here, and I feel like we're going to do a good action hour. My sister is a little bit better, thank you. Yeah, she said that she said it's very up and down. The thing that we do not mention, the C thing, it's very up and down, that you feel like you're getting better, and then particularly at night the fever gets really, really high and the breathing gets more difficult, and it's scary. So she's not out of the woods, but she said to me today that she was feeling a little bit better, a little bit more energy, a little bit less scared. So the videos for parametric today, that it's up, but I've downloaded it, and we're going to chop it into and put it back up. That you can ignore what I just said if you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they'll be there. Okay. So what are the rules of an action hour? The rules of an action hour are that we have a timer for 45 minutes, and that when that timer goes, we stand up and walk away. Now, some of you I know have broken this rule because you were in Rich's A2 chemistry class a minute ago, and there's no way you had a 10-minute break. But if you did, then cool. And if you are trying to use this for the whole day, honestly, if you, even in the first session, when you've just had a coffee and you're feeling like you can go for hours, if you force yourself to stand up and do stuff every time that timer goes for between 10 and 15 minutes, you will find that over the course of a day, you get so much more done. It's frustrating at the beginning of the day, but then what happens is at the end of the day, you're like, whoa, I'm not exhausted. I've done, look at what I've done today. I've achieved so much. So it's really, really powerful. I use it all the time, and I would encourage you to use it as well. Now, the next rule of action hours is having a clear focus, and that's sometimes the bit that's difficult. And one of the things that you might try doing is to focus your focuses more at the beginning of your action hours. So really thinking, actually, what am I going to do? Because quite often when we go into an hour of study or an hour of revision or an hour of work of any sort, we're just vague, oh, I'm going to work for an hour. But then you look at things and you sort of flick between thing and don't really achieve anything. And having that focus and just pulling it down to a few things really, really helps. So what I'm going to be doing in this action hour is I'm going to be going through the Exambulance and making a list of videos that I need to make for you guys to explain what's going on in each section. That's what I'm going to be doing. If there's any questions in the course, I'll be answering questions in the course, but at the moment there aren't any. But that's what I'm going to be doing. My aim, it's quite a small aim because I'm quite tired. My aim is to get that list, complete list of things I need to film over the weekend. And then once we're done, I can leave that and come back to it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Edith, like I literally, if I can't concentrate, get up and do something. This is the whole thing. People push themselves, but if your brain is tired, you're not going to be absorbing information and forming strong links in the way that you are if you take a break. And I think sometimes we really punish ourselves for taking breaks, like it's somehow not good enough or is going to mean that we don't do well or something. And it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Breaks mean that when you're working, you get more out of it, and overall, way, way, way more. Okay. Targets you could have for the next 45 minutes. 1, do half a paper. Half an AS paper is 45 minutes. So you could do that, or you could do 45 minutes of an A-level paper. You could pick a section of the content guide from any of the courses that we do, and you could say that I'm going to watch and make notes on these 3 videos, something like that. That would be really a smart target, a focus. You might say, if you're doing maths, you might pick one particular thing, maybe what we did today, parametrics or vectors, and you might try the A, the E, and the M questions, the Apprentice Expert Master questions. Or you might click on Question Pack and just do 45 minutes. You might say to yourself, I'm going to do 45 minutes doing questions on parametrics from the exam guide in the question pack. That's what I'm going to be doing. But try to keep it tight so that when that timer goes, we stop and we feel good about what we've done. Right. I won't talk anymore. I'll shut up and I will use the chat to talk to you. If you need to ask me anything, do. Otherwise, let's go. Right. Is it working? Is it working? Can you hear me? Yeah, it's on again. Right, let me try to finish this proof. It's the sort of proof I need to write. I can't say it because if I say it, it'll be like EY, dy, dx, d blah, 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 and you won't be able to follow it. So, ready? This is true. Therefore, if we take e to both sides, e to the, then it can be written like this. And we can use the fact that the derivative of e is e. It's the definition of e. So e is the thing which, at any point, the value of the function is equal to the gradient of the tangent of the function. Y and dy by dx are the same. Now, you can either differentiate both sides with respect to y, in which case you get dy by dx is 1 over e to the y, or you can differentiate both sides with respect to x. So in that case, no, y, sorry, we just did x, y. In that case, you'd get e to the y is dx by dy. So dy by dx is 1 over e to the y. And then literally all you do is replace the e to the y with x, because e to the y is the same as x. Done. Okay, so the answer to what is dy by dx if y is ln x, yeah, it's implicit differentiation. Good. So I was using implicit differentiation there to get from e to the y to e to the y dy by dx, which, don't forget, implicit differentiation is just the chain rule. The chain rule says that the derivative of e to the is e to the, and then you have to multiply by the derivative of this thing, and that's me multiplying by the derivative of the thing. There's the thing, there's the derivative of the thing. So this is implicit differentiation, which equals the chain rule, and then that goes under there and then done. So the answer is 1 over x. So that's a standard proof just to learn, okay? Ibrahim, I will have a look on the chat. Just stay logged on and I'll go have a look in a minute, yeah? Obviously, our timer went during one of the ups and downs. But well done, everyone that did 45 minutes work. I hope it's not going to be like this a lot with the internet. I hope that was my internet, not YouTube doing that. But anyway, good. You will improve, Ruhab. You definitely will. If you follow the actual method strictly, then you will improve. I tell you what, next week, I'll show you lots and lots and lots of students' progress charts, okay? I will bring upstairs all my, well, I haven't got all of them, there's thousands, but when I left teaching, I just grabbed a whole load of progress charts and brought them home so that I had them. So I'll show you them and you can see what progress real students made, okay? Right, I'll see you next week, everyone. Bye, have a lovely weekend.